Have you ever just looked around at your life and thought, seriously, is this really it? Well, if that sounds familiar, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to dive deep into Jen Sincero's You Are a Badass. This is basically a high-energy guide to help you get out of your own way, stop the self-sabotage, and actually start building a life you love living. All right, let's do this. Now, let's be clear. This is not your typical, gentle, hold-your-hand kind of self-help book. It's hilarious, it's sharp, and it's basically a much-needed kick in the pants. We're going to break down the core ideas, from figuring out why you're stuck to the actual concrete steps you can take to unleash your own inner greatness.
This quote, man, it just hits, doesn't it? This is where everything begins. Sincero is a master at tapping into that nagging feeling of being, well, unimpressed with your own life. She calls it living a lukewarm life. You know the vibe. It's fine, it's comfortable, but deep down you know you were made for so much more. It's that feeling of just going through the motions instead of really living.
So, if you want to make a change, you first have to know what you're up against. And Sincero makes it really clear. The enemy isn't your job or your money or your circumstances. Nope. The real enemy is internal. It's this comfortable yet kinda soul-crushing reality we build for ourselves, which she gave the perfect name, the big snooze.
So what exactly is the big snooze? Just think of it as all those limiting beliefs running on autopilot in the back of your mind. It's that little voice in your head, you know, the one that's always whispering, you're not good enough, or that's a silly dream, or just play it safe, don't rock the boat. It's your inner critic, and its one and only job is to keep you tucked away safely inside your comfort zone.
And this is really the battle going on inside all of us. On one side, you have the big snooze. That's your ego. It's reactive. It's totally based in fear, always worried about the past or the future. But on the other side, you've got your superhero self. And this is the real you, your true, authentic core. It's proactive, it's based in love, and is connected to what Sincero calls source energy, this universal creative force that has limitless potential. The whole point of the book is to wake up that superhero.
Okay, so you've identified the problem. What now? What's the very first step to actually making a change? Sincero says it's not about wanting or wishing. The single most important shift, the absolute game changer, is when you finally harness the raw power of making a firm, undeniable decision. And I just love how she explains the difference. Wanting is totally passive. You can want things all day long from the couch. But deciding, that's active. That's getting off the couch. It's commitment. It's the difference between flipping through a travel magazine and actually booking the ticket. It's that moment you switch from, I hope things change, to I will make them change no matter what. And here's the crucial part. Your decision to change is going to demand that you take new actions. It means you have to step way, way outside your comfort zone. It means believing in things you can't see yet, pushing past fear, and letting go of all those old limiting beliefs. I mean, think about it. Your current life is a result of your current habits. A new life is going to require some new ones. So once you've made that powerful decision, you've got to give it some fuel. And that fuel is a totally new mindset. This is where you consciously shift from self-doubt to this unshakable foundation of self-love and self-belief. And it's all built on a few core ideas. Now, Sincero's philosophy is built on some spiritual concepts, but the main idea is pretty straightforward. Everything in the universe, including you, is made of energy. And that energy is vibrating at a certain frequency, kind of like a radio. If you're tuned to the Life is Hard station, you're going to hear sad songs. The law of attraction basically says that whatever frequency you're putting out, you attract more of the same. So the key is to consciously raise your vibration by focusing on things that feel good. Gratitude, joy, love. That's how you start attracting more positive things into your life.
I love this quote because it's so incredibly true. It takes the exact same amount of mental energy to believe in your own greatness as it does to tear yourself down. It's choice. So why would we ever choose to believe we're giant sucking things? Why not choose to see yourself as the awesome rock star you were always meant to be?
So here are a few real, actionable ways to start building that self-love muscle. First, actually appreciate how unique you are. Then, you have to forgive yourself for past mistakes. You are not your screw-ups, so let them go. Also, try ditching the self-deprecating humor. Words have power. And this one's huge. Stop the comparison game. Your journey is your own. And finally, just decide to let go of your drama. Okay, so you've made the decision. You're working on the mindset. Now it's time to get real. This part is all about confronting the actual roadblocks that the big snooze is going to throw in your way.
We're talking fear, procrastination, and worrying about what other people think.
Sincero really doesn't pull any punches here. Her whole take on fear is that it's just an indicator. It shows you what you care about, and often it's pointing you exactly where you need to go. The goal isn't to get rid of fear, it's to feel the fear and do the thing anyway. Pushing through that fear is how you expand your world.
And now for procrastination. Sincero argues it's almost never about a lack of knowledge. Come on, let's be honest, we usually know what we need to do. Procrastination is just a stall tactic. It's a symptom of a fear of failure or just a lack of real determination. It's the number one excuse we use to stay safe and avoid taking the very risks that would lead to our growth.
This is a huge one for so many of us. You have to free yourself from the opinions of others if you want to take bold action. First, check your motivation. Are you doing this for their approval or for you? Second, always commit to doing your absolute best. And most importantly, you have to really get this. What someone else thinks of you is their reality, filtered through their life. It is literally their business, not yours.
In this quote, this is pretty much the bottom line. It's a gut check. All the procrastination, all the fear, all the worry, it's all just excuses. When you are truly, deeply committed, when you have really decided, you stop looking for excuses and you start looking for a way. You get creative. You get resourceful. You become unstoppable.
All right, we've gone over the why, the what, and the how. Now it's time to bring it all home. This is about taking everything we've talked about and actually putting it into motion, starting right now.
And it's so important to remember that this journey is not selfish. When you show up as your best, brightest, most authentic self, you give everyone around you permission to do the same thing. When you're lit up, you light up the world around you. Your happiness and your success become an inspiration.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. What is one small, concrete decision you can make that moves you even 1 inch closer to the life you really want? It doesn't have to be massive. It just has to be a start. The power is in making the decision.
And that's really the ultimate takeaway from this whole book. It's just a reminder of who you've always been, underneath all the doubt and the fear. You are powerful beyond measure. You are loved unconditionally. And you are, without a single doubt, a total badass. Now go live like it.